As a foreign medical graduate, there is a high probability that you have not been told the whole truth about the exam and why many aspirants are not able to clear it. You must have also come across a lot of negativity just because you chose to go abroad to pursue MBBS instead of buying a seat here in India. It's a problem that has been affecting many students and their families, and year after year you are taken for a ride. It's heartbreaking to see good students struggling to clear the MCI exam and stuck in a limbo without the license to work in India. This affects them and their families badly, and the biggest reason for this is an expectation mismatch. In this video, I will try to shed some light on a few things that not many people tell you. I will try to discuss why the pass percentage is low and why even we, the teachers, to an extent, are also to be blamed for this mess. Also, I will discuss a few ground realities every FMG should know to understand what they are getting into before they plan to clear the FMG exam. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Basali, a full-time orthopedic surgeon and a faculty of orthopedics, and also I make videos like this for you. So let's talk about the first myth. FMGs are good for nothing and they stand no chance to clear exams in India. Recently, I came across a viral post on social media where a teacher was suggesting that FMG students and people who go to private medical colleges fail to even clear the basic exams and they will be miserable if next exam takes place. Now, I know the messaging of the teacher was not right, but what was even more concerning was the mocking tone with which they said that. It's as if FMGs and people who take seat in private medical colleges are nobodies. See friends, I have been a teacher in this domain for a very long time now, and I have seen students from almost all walks of life, and honestly it's been an honor to sit and talk with so many of them. I know plenty of students from foreign universities and even private medical colleges who have not only cleared the exams but are amazing practitioners now, making a mark for themselves in the society. Many of them have cleared the exam in their very first attempts, and many of them have cracked and got great PG seats in central institutes as well as government medical colleges. You see, in NEET UG exam, when young kids try to get into MBBS, the decision of either going abroad or buying a seat in a private medical colleges usually comes down to a difference of just a few marks on that exam. And I personally believe that no single exam can define who you are and what you're worth. And because of that score, some people are forced to either take a drop and some people go abroad, because not everyone can afford the exorbitant fees of private medical colleges. In fact, many students who go abroad have much better scores compared to people who stay back in India, and they do that because they can't afford the colleges in India. So in the end, it doesn't matter where you start. What matters is if you can do what you're supposed to do, that is, become a doctor and save lives. So here is my suggestion. Stop listening to all the naysayers and demotivators and prove them wrong by doing well. Which brings me to the second myth. FMG exams are very easy. See, gone are the days when FMG exam was considered an easy exam full of one-liner questions. It was a time when you could just mug up a few pages of facts and go to the exam with that limited and scattered information, and you could easily cross the cutoff. This is not the case anymore. I am seeing the paper evolve year after year, and I'm surprised the difficulty level of the FMG exam and NEETPG is pretty much the same. In fact, I will not hesitate to say that because there are more questions on the FMG exam, the examiners have added some questions that are relatively harder on the FMG exam compared to NEETPG. So if you ask me, the only difference between NEETPG and FMG exam is that FMG does not have negative marking and you are not competing with others to get a good rank. Which brings me to the myth number 3. Since there is no competition and you just need to cross the 50% marks barrier, many people suggest you don't have to put in real effort like NEETPG aspirants. This, I feel, has been the biggest myth many FMG teachers and mentors have put across intentionally or intentionally, including myself. Many teachers I know have told the students ki bachcho, don't worry too much. Just do what you can. You don't have to compete with anyone. You don't have to read so much. Just do the previous year questions and you will be done for. This, I feel, puts the students in a pseudo confidence that they are doing just fine and they don't need to step up or work hard. See, our biggest problem as human beings is that if we aim for 100, we usually end up with 60. That's the expectation mismatch. And there are many reasons for that. Maybe I can discuss this in one of my other videos. But the point is, if we aim and put effort only to qualify the exam, there is a high chance that we will not be able to even cross the cutoff score. This is why after this year's June exam, which according to the industry experts was the toughest exam and had the lowest pass percentage in many years, I sat down and spoke to many students who cleared this exam. I've realized one very important thing. None of them who cleared this exam underestimated this beast. In fact, they prepared for it like it was tougher than the PG exam. Many students used the regular NEETPG courses during their preparation days and then later shifted to the FMG courses because of time crunch. Now, if you are someone using an FMG source, please do not panic. All I'm trying to say is that do not underestimate the exam. It is indeed a tough nut to crack, and you need to give it that much importance to be able to clear it. Which brings me to myth number 4, prepare like you are preparing for NEETPG exam. Now, just because I told you that the difficulty is very high, this does not mean you have to go overboard and read everything in sight and every book in the market. See, although the exam is hard, which is true, the biggest advantage is that it doesn't have negative marking. So you don't necessarily have to finish everything. Just focus on what is important for the exam and do those things sufficiently well with multiple revisions. Listen to me carefully. Knowing the few high yield things very well is more important than knowing a little bit of everything for this exam. This way, you can ensure that you clear the exam. This is not the same advice I would give to a NEETPG aspirant because they are different. See, if you get greedy and prepare like a NEETPG aspirant who has to compete with a lot of people, you won't be able to finish the syllabus nor revise the essential areas and end up failing just by a few marks, which usually happens. So do as much as you want to, but never at the cost of high yield areas. So do the high yield areas first. Samjh rahe ho na? Now, myth number 5, not attempting tests. Another myth I have heard many seniors say is that there is no point in testing yourself and writing the grand test just yet, because if you have not finished the syllabus, what's the point? Start taking tests after you finish your whole content. This is a big mistake. Dekh bhai, you will never be able to finish the whole syllabus. In fact, you don't have to. You just need to know what the examiner wants you to know, and you need to know them very well. And this ability to know that very well only comes from knowing how the topic is tested on the exam and how the examiner plays with different words and how the answer changes accordingly. You really need to know how to play this game. This is a simple thing that many students preparing for FMG miss. Friends, by practicing questions and giving tests, you are basically getting exposed to various scenarios. Let me tell you this. Knowledge in your head without the ability to know how it is tested or assessed on the exam is like having all the riches in your treasure without a key to open it. It's useless. So go find the key, and the key will only come if you practice more and more questions. Myth number 6, and probably the most important myth, trusting the NBE or NMC. See, you cannot trust them. They have been consistently inconsistent about many things, ranging from the dates of the exam, the pattern, and even the distribution of marks. They have never stuck to the marks distribution which they claim on the actual exam. And this is why many students end up wasting time with topics and subjects that are rarely or not heavily tested on the exam. Historically, you can qualify this exam without doing all the subjects. So don't think just because the notification paper says that, say, physiology will have 20 or 25 questions, that will actually happen on the exam. It doesn't. Stick to the top 12 to 14 subjects that can fetch you more marks with less effort, and you will be able to easily crack it without a lot of pain. You can do more subjects after you have done them first. I can make another video giving you the success blueprint, showing you the fundamentals to follow for cracking the FMG exam. Please tell me in the comments if you want me to make this video. So my dear friends, if you're preparing for FMG exam, these are the few myths I thought I should burst for you to set your expectations straight. Keep putting in the effort and prepare smartly. I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.